Did you know that over 100,000 Canadians packed their bags and left the country last year? And here's the shocking part. It's not just new immigrants or temporary workers. People who have called Canada home their entire lives are making the tough choice to leave. But why? Canada is consistently ranked as one of the best places to live in the world, known for free healthcare, breathtaking landscapes, and a reputation for being safe and friendly. So what's behind this growing exodus? In today's video, we'll take a deep dive into the real reasons why so many Canadians are saying goodbye to the Great White North. And trust me, it's not just about the high cost of living, though that's a huge part of it. From a struggling healthcare system to a changing job market, harsh winters, and cultural shifts, there's a lot more to this story than you might think. By the end of this video, you'll understand why so many hardworking Canadians are leaving for greener pastures, and one surprising factor that could completely change how you view life in Canada. So stick around. You might just find yourself rethinking what it means to live in Canada. 1. The rising cost of living. Let's start with the biggest and most pressing reason why Canadians are leaving: the skyrocketing cost of living. It's no longer just a complaint people casually mention. It's a harsh financial reality that's pushing families to the brink. In cities like Toronto and Vancouver, the cost of housing has soared to some of the highest in the world. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in these cities can easily exceed $20,500 per month. That's before factoring in utilities, groceries, transportation, and other daily expenses. Homeownership is even more out of reach, with average home prices surpassing $1 million in major urban centers. But it's not just housing. Grocery prices have surged by over 10% in the past year alone. Staples like milk, eggs, and bread now cost significantly more, making basic necessities feel like luxuries. The cost of gas, electricity, and internet in Canada is among the highest in the world. Inflation is hitting hard, and wages are not keeping up. While minimum wage has increased in some provinces, it's still not enough to cover basic living expenses in most major cities. The average salary increase doesn't even come close to matching inflation rates. This means that even middle-class families are struggling just to stay afloat. For many Canadians, the math just doesn't add up. Why continue stretching every dollar in Canada when they could live more comfortably elsewhere? Countries like Portugal, Mexico, and Thailand offer a lower cost of living, better weather, and sometimes even better job opportunities. More and more Canadians are realizing that staying here might not be financially sustainable in the long run, and for many the solution is clear. It's time to leave. 2. Job market and overqualification. While the high cost of living is a major issue, another factor pushing Canadians to leave is the job market, and specifically, the problem of overqualification. You might think that in a developed nation like Canada, having a good education would guarantee a high-paying job. But for many skilled professionals, this isn't the case. Many highly educated Canadians find themselves stuck in jobs that don't match their qualifications. Whether it's an engineer working in customer service or a doctor driving an Uber, the reality is that many skilled professionals are underemployed and undervalued. This is particularly frustrating for new graduates and immigrants who enter the workforce with high hopes, only to find that many jobs either don't pay well or require years of Canadian work experience, a requirement that is often impossible to meet without first landing a job. Even for those who do land jobs in their field, salary growth has stagnated. Many industries in Canada offer lower wages compared to other countries, making it difficult to get ahead financially. At the same time, employers are filling lower-skilled jobs with overqualified workers. This creates a ripple effect where those with less education or experience are left struggling to find work at all. For many professionals, the solution is to leave Canada for countries where their skills are more valued. Countries like the United States, Germany, and Australia offer better salaries, faster career growth, and more opportunities for skilled workers. With limited career prospects and slow wage growth, many Canadians are realizing they can do better elsewhere, and they're leaving to chase better opportunities abroad. 3. Struggles with the healthcare system. Canada's universal healthcare system is often seen as one of its biggest strengths, but in reality, it's one of the biggest frustrations for many Canadians. Yes, healthcare in Canada is free, but is it really accessible? For many, the answer is no. A severe shortage of doctors and medical staff means that many Canadians struggle to find a family doctor. In some provinces, waiting times to see a specialist can stretch from months to years. Imagine having a serious medical condition and being told you'll have to wait 6 months just for a consultation. Hospitals are overcrowded, emergency rooms are backlogged, and doctors and nurses are overworked. Many Canadians report feeling like they need to fight for proper care, constantly pushing for more tests, second opinions, or referrals, just to get the treatment they deserve. For many, the idea of moving to a country with a more efficient healthcare system is appealing. Places like Europe, the United States, for those who can afford private care, and even some Asian countries offer faster access to quality medical services. When your health and well-being are on the line, long wait times aren't just inconvenient, they can be life-threatening. And for some, that's reason enough to leave Canada behind. 4. Harsh winters and mental health. For many people, Canada's long, brutal winters are another major reason for leaving. While some Canadians love winter sports and cozying up by the fireplace, the reality is that 6 months of freezing temperatures, icy roads, and endless snowfall can take a serious toll on both mental and physical health. In many parts of Canada, temperatures regularly drop below 20 degrees, with wind chills making it feel even colder. In cities like Winnipeg, Edmonton, and Ottawa, winter can last from October to April, with heavy snow, freezing rain, and dangerously icy conditions. The lack of sunlight is another issue. During the peak of winter, some Canadian cities get less than 8 hours of daylight per day. This can lead to seasonal affective disorder, SAD, a type of depression triggered by lack of sunlight and cold weather. Many Canadians find themselves mentally drained, unmotivated, and struggling to stay positive during the long winter months. Transportation becomes a nightmare too. Snowstorms lead to flight cancellations, road closures, and public transit delays. If you drive, you'll have to deal with slippery roads, black ice, and shoveling snow every morning before work. On top of that, Canada is experiencing more extreme weather events due to climate change. Wildfires in British Columbia and Alberta have led to poor air quality and evacuations, while severe storms and floods have hit parts of Ontario and Quebec. For those who hate the cold or struggle with winter depression, moving to warmer climates like Mexico, Portugal, Spain, or Southeast Asia becomes an attractive option. Instead of enduring months of freezing temperatures, they can enjoy year-round sunshine, outdoor activities, and a lower cost of living. For many, escaping Canada's brutal winters isn't just about comfort, it's about improving quality of life. 5. Cultural and social shifts beyond economics and weather. Another growing reason why people are leaving Canada is a shift in culture and societal values. Many longtime residents feel that Canada is changing in ways they no longer connect with. The cost of living crisis, political tensions, and growing social divides have left many feeling disillusioned with the country they once loved. One major concern is the decline of community life. In the past, Canada was known for its friendly neighborhoods, strong local communities, and welcoming atmosphere. However, with rising housing costs and economic stress, people are becoming more isolated and less engaged in social life. Many Canadians feel that big cities have lost their charm, becoming too expensive, too crowded, and too disconnected. Political tensions are also on the rise. Debates over immigration, free speech, climate policies, and government intervention have led to increasing polarization. Many feel that Canada's political climate has become too extreme, with growing resentment between different groups. Some Canadians also feel that their personal freedoms are shrinking due to increasing government regulations, high taxes, and restrictions on certain industries. They believe that other countries offer more personal and financial freedom than Canada does today. Additionally, the rising crime rate in some major cities is causing concern. While Canada is still safer than many other countries, crime rates in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal have been increasing, especially when it comes to theft, carjackings, and violent crime. As a result, many Canadians are looking for a fresh start in countries with a slower pace of life, stronger communities, and fewer social tensions. Places like Portugal, Costa Rica, and New Zealand offer a more relaxed and affordable lifestyle with a greater sense of community and security. For those who no longer feel connected to Canada's changing culture, leaving feels like the best option. 6. High taxes and low purchasing power. Canada is known for having some of the highest taxes in the world, and many Canadians are realizing that they're getting less and less in return. Between income tax, sales tax, property tax, and payroll deductions, the average Canadian pays over 40% of their income in taxes. In some provinces, it can be even higher. This means that even with a decent salary, a huge chunk of earnings goes straight to the government. The problem is that many Canadians don't feel like they're getting good value for their tax dollars. Public health care is free, but the wait times are too long. Public transit is expensive, unreliable, and overcrowded. Roads and infrastructure are deteriorating, despite high property taxes. And social benefits are being stretched thin due to economic challenges. At the same time, wages have not kept up with inflation, meaning that Canadians have less purchasing power than they did 20 years ago. The price of everything, groceries, gas, rent, insurance, and even entertainment, keeps going up, but most salaries remain stagnant. For many hardworking professionals, the frustration is real. Why pay such high taxes when the quality of life isn't improving? This is why countries with lower taxes and higher purchasing power are becoming more attractive. Places like Dubai, Singapore, and parts of Europe offer lower tax rates, higher salaries, and a better overall standard of living. For those tired of watching their income disappear to taxes, relocating to a country with a better financial system is a logical move. Is Canada still worth it? So with all these challenges, rising costs, job struggles, healthcare issues, harsh winters, cultural shifts, and high taxes, is Canada still worth it? For some people, the answer is yes. Canada still offers safety, stability, and opportunities, but it's becoming clear that many people no longer see it as the dream destination it once was. The reality is that Canada is changing, and for many, the negatives are starting to outweigh the positives. When a country becomes too expensive, too stressful, or too limiting, it's only natural that people start looking for better options. That's why more and more Canadians are packing up and leaving, not because they hate Canada, but because they believe they can build a better life elsewhere. So what do you think? Is Canada still the land of opportunity, or is it time to move on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this.